Jesus is coming soon and his people are not ready.
We see a lot of things are happening around the world.
The calamities taking place in our world today. We see disasters by sea and by land.
We see a lot of conflicts, a lot of different crises that are developing.
Political moves taking place, religious moves taking place. The signs are thickening all around us, and yet we as a people are far as a people from being ready.
And at the same time, we see this, but we do not see from his people what we should expect.
We see divisions, envying, strifes, ministers striving with one another, ministries pitted against each other.
We should expect unity, a message that was going to carry the world, and that message is supposed to be reflected in the lives of his people.
It should be evident to you the true condition of our people, and that we are so far from being ready.
I've been part of this One True God movement for 27 years now. One of the strongest times of our lives was when we were working together in reaching out to the world. We had an army of soldiers to go out and share the message, and I want to see that type of thing happening again.
Friends, we are living too close to the end to allow ourselves to be in this condition that we find ourselves, so fragmented, so broken, and so bruised. We are too close to the end to be in this condition.
We need to humble ourselves and pray.
We need to change the ways we have been doing things.
We need a revival.
Seek for a revival.
We need repentance.
True repentance.
We need reformation. We need more faith. We need the righteousness of Christ. We need the fruits of the Spirit. We need the gifts of the Spirit.
And for that to happen, it's not something of our own production. It's something that God produces in us. And for that, we need to pray.
Brethren, this is an appeal to surrender your lives completely to God. This is what God is after. He wants to see his love reflected in our lives. Jesus said, "By this shall all men know that you're my disciples," is because of the love you have one for another.
All the world will know that you are my disciples if we have love one for another.
If it's not based on that, then everything else is going to crumble. So it only makes sense to start with coming together, seeking God's face, seeking for a deeper appreciation of God's love and kindness and our love for our brethren in prayer, in fasting. This is a solemn appeal.
If that is something you desire, then come to Mena, Arkansas, May 26th through June 1st, 2019.
Now, some of you may be concerned about attending such a gathering.
So there may be some who think that getting together with various brethren, even some who have different ideas, varying ideas about different things, that's a bad idea, that's ecumenical.
We're not advocating the setting aside of doctrines. We're not advocating the setting aside of certain truths. We're advocating the setting aside of self, of setting aside our pride, and to come together, to humble ourselves together, humble our hearts before God, expecting that God will show up in a powerful way.
We're coming before him with humility to pray, to fast, to study together.
And prayer is the answer that we need. We need a connection to God.
It is my hope, it is my prayer that you will lay aside any fear that you may have of seeking God's face with those who may not be in total agreement with you. We are a people who are in desperate need of God's face, desperate need of God's help, his Spirit, to bring us to the condition that we need to be in to finish the work.
So one of the things I'm looking forward of this camp is for us to be able to get together, for us to be able to pray together, and for us to seek the face of God together.
This camp meeting is not going to be like anything you've attended before. This is going to be different. Our focus is not going to be on sermonizing, focus primarily on small group prayer and discussion.
For we are told in the Bible that if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and seek my face.
I believe when God's people can get together and pray, we can trust in his promises that he will manifest something special among his people.
If you recognize your need of revival, come. If you sense a greater need of the moving of the Spirit of God in your personal life, come. If you need to pray more, come. If you're tired of fighting and dividing against your brother, come.
So we must come with the expectation that God is going to hear and he will answer. Come, prepare the way.